Hi everyone, this is Yana Smakula, member of the Spellbinders design team, and today I'm sharing a holiday, cozy, warm, and bright card using the Snowflake Bliss dies from Spellbinders. I will pair these dies with the A2 Mating Basics A set and also a silver shimmer ink from Spellbinders. I'm going to begin working on my card by die cutting several snowflakes using the largest die from the Snowflake Bliss set. This is a very beautiful and intricate die, perfect for a stylish holiday card. I'm going to use white cardstock today and will die cut 5 identical snowflakes. I'm using my Artisan Explorer machine and, as always, securing my die with a piece of washi tape. Any low-tech tape will work great for this. I'm going to be adhering my snowflakes all on top of each other to create dimension on my project. The top snowflake will have a partially stamped sentiment that will be continued onto my background. This is very easy to do and I'll show you how in a minute. First, I'm going to temporarily adhere one of my snowflakes to a piece of paper. I'm going to position it exactly as I plan to position it on my card. Then use an anti-static powder tool and prep the snowflake for heat embossing. Use a holiday sentiment and heat emboss it on a snowflake. I'm using clear sticky embossing ink for my stamping and adding silver embossing powder and melting it with my heat tool. You can see that sentiment is only partially stamped at this time. But it's okay, we're going to repeat the same sentiment on the background later. Now I'm going to adhere all of my snowflakes together, one on top of the other, to create one thick snowflake to be used as a focal point on my card. I'm going to use matte adhesive and one by one adhere my snowflakes together, making sure the top one is the one with the heat embossed sentiment. Here's what my finished snowflake looks like. You can see how thick it is at this point. You can use more layers if you want it to be thicker, but I find that 5 is more than enough. Next, I'm going to begin working on the rest of the card. I've adhered gray diagonal paper to the front of an A2 card base, and then die cut a panel using second largest die from the A2 Mating Basics A set out of white cardstock. Again, I'm using some tape to hold it in place while running it through my machine. There's no need to emboss this piece. I'm then going to use this panel to heat emboss the same sentiment that I heat embossed on my snowflake. Again, I'm using my anti-static powder tool and stamping the sentiment in clear sticky ink. I'm going to use the same embossing powder and will heat emboss this with my heat tool. I'm using the grid lines off my cutting mat to help me stamp the sentiment in the middle of my panel. You can also use a pencil and a ruler to help you with that. After the sentiment is embossed, I'm going to use the Spellbinders Silk Luster ink in silver to add drops of ink to the background going diagonally from the bottom right to the top left corner. You need to shake the bottle before you use it to mix the ink with the shimmer particles. I'm using the brush inside the bottle for larger drops and a smaller paintbrush for smaller drops. Just dip it in the ink and tap on it with your finger to add drops of ink to your paper. I'm also going to die cut a few smaller snowflakes using the dies from the same Snowflake Bliss set from Spellbinders. I'm die cutting them out of that same white cardstock. I'm going to need 3 more snowflakes to complete my project today. I'm then going to begin assembling my card. I've adhered the snowflake onto my white panel on top of the sentiment, making sure the partially embossed sentiment on the snowflake matches the one on the panel. I also added some thread to make it look like the snowflake is suspended from the top and is hanging on my card. I also reinforced the white panel with a piece of black cardstock for a little bit more stability. This also helped to flatten the cardstock after the embossing. I'm going to add some foam tape to it and adhere it to my card base. Finally, I added the smaller snowflakes to the bottom right and top left corners of my white panel and embellished my card with a few silver sequins and gems for a festive look. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe to the Spellbinders YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching, and bye!